What's up guys, Hajun here. Former pro, 300 plus stars and global roamer. Welcome to my new series where I take every single roamer into the chaos of solo queue and break down exactly how to carry with them. We're starting with Atlas, and that play right there, that's the dream. That's the game-winning ultimate that turns a 25-minute slugfest into a win. But this isn't just a highlight reel. Just 2 minutes before that, I made a massive game-losing throw that should have cost us everything. This is a guide about redemption. It's about how to play Atlas at a high level, using one of my most intense matches as a case study. We're going to cover everything from the setup to the comeback. First, let's talk about setup, because this is the foundation. I'm running a standard tank emblem, agility for that crucial rotation speed, pull yourself together to lower cooldowns on flicker and key items, and concussive blast for a bit of extra damage. My battle spell is flicker, non-negotiable on Atlas. The final build you'll see is rapid boots, with conceal, dominance ice, fleeting time, antique cuirass and guardian helmet. And we'll talk about a very specific situational item swap later. This isn't just about one game, this is a lesson on how to handle a rough early game, create chances from behind, and most importantly, how to mentally reset after a huge mistake to find your win condition. Let's dive in. Still stuck in the same rank? I'm Hajun, a 300 plus stars former pro roamer. In season 21 I hit global number 3 Jawhead, global number 15 Matilda, and global Popol and Koopa, all with over 80% win rate. And I'm working with Dez, a 1000 stars and ex global number 1 Lancelot, also from the pro scene. We teach macro, rotations, shot calling, pressure timing, and mindset, the things that actually win games, not random tips. $30 for 1 hour, $50 for 2 hours. If you're serious about climbing, get our coaching. All details can be found in the description of this video. If you guys are recharging diamonds from in-game, you are literally overpaying. It's finally time for you to get all the skins you desire without breaking the bank at all. Use my website GamsGo to recharge diamonds for so much cheaper. As you guys can see, the price comparison is not even close. You are literally getting more diamonds for cheaper using GamsGo. All you have to do is head over to my profile right here. You can click on more on my description and you'll see all of my links. You're gonna click on cheaper diamonds, just like this. The match started as a typical solo queue challenge. I locked Atlas because our team, Gusion on jungle, Clint on gold, Cord on mid, and Yuzong XP, desperately needed a reliable initiator. The enemy draft was tough. A Roger jungle, the late game terror Leslie, a lane bully Alice, and a heavy CC frontline with Aurora and Minotaur. In high level lobbies, the game can be decided in the first minute. And sure enough, 30 seconds in, we have an invade. Aurora and Minotaur are gunning for our Gusion's blue buff. If a jungler loses their first buff, their tempo is destroyed. It's an uphill battle from there. This is where you, as Atlas, prove your worth. Even without my ultimate, my job is to be a wall. I used my second skill purely for zoning. I ejected, using the speed boost to position myself between them and the buff. This forced Minotaur to back off. When Aurora tried to walk past me, I reunited to stun her, buying Gusion the precious seconds he needed to secure the buff. The trade-off? I missed the first minion wave, putting me behind, but it was the correct macro play. Our roamer's #1 priority is protecting the jungler's early game. With our jungler secure, it was time to create pressure. After checking on Clint, I rotated back mid just as our Gord landed a perfect combo on Leslie for first blood. As their Aurora moved in to trade the kill, I was already waiting. I emerged from the bush and used my second skill to stun her. After her passive was down, our team collapsed for the second kill. At 1 minute and 40 seconds, I had my first assist. The early game for a roamer is simple. You are the team security, you provide vision, you patrol the map, and you make sure no one disrupts your carries. Moving into the mid game, we were falling behind. Their Roger was out farming Gusion and Alice was winning her lane against Yuzong. We lost the first turtle. When you're playing from a deficit, you cannot force plays. You have to be disciplined and punish enemy mistakes. Their Minotaur gave us that first opening. Feeling overconfident, he dove our top tier 2 tower completely alone. This is a textbook mistake against an Atlas. Even with a goal deficit, Atlas excels at turning enemy aggression into a liability. Around the 7-minute mark, the enemy got greedy after taking our bottom tower. They saw our gourd in mid lane and tried to collapse. This was the opening I was waiting for. I hit a perfect ultimate on their Aurora. My team followed up beautifully. Minotaur and Roger were caught in the chaos, and we wiped 3 of them for the price of just our gourd. This is how you stabilize when you're behind. This is how you close a gold gap. This is how an Atlas single-handedly swings momentum back in your favor. Fast forward to 22 minutes. The game is on a razor's edge. Inhibitors are down, and death timers are over a minute. One teamfight wins the game. We have just secured Lord, and it's marching down the bottom lane. The pressure is immense. Your team is looking at you, the tank, to make the play. And here, I saw what I thought was the perfect set. The enemy team was clumped in their base. My pro player brain screamed, "Go!" I hit my ultimate and charged in, looking for that heroic 5-man play to end the game. But it was a critical error, born from impatience. I didn't wait for the enemy to use their key abilities. I didn't confirm my team's positioning. I just went. The result was immediate. They burst me down, popping my immortality. My team wasn't in a position to follow up, and I was deleted a second later. My ultimate, our single most powerful ability, was completely wasted. The Lord push failed. The enemy defended. I had just thrown our best chance to survive. Staring at that 60-second death timer, I knew it was a massive choke. It was all my fault. When you're staring at a gray screen after a throw, you don't have time for regret. You have to analyze and adapt. My immortality was on cooldown, making it a dead item slot for the final game-deciding fight. While I was dead, I opened the shop, I sold immortality, and bought an antique cuirass. The logic is simple. Their biggest threats were physical, Roger and Leslie. Cuirass would drastically reduce their damage output in the next fight. It's a calculated, high-level swap to maximize your effectiveness for one last stand. We defended their counter-push, but the game was still hanging by a thread. This is where you have to be patient and look for that one small opening. At 24 minutes, I spotted it on the minimap. Roger and Aurora were out of position, pathing to their red buff. They were isolated. They were the opportunity. Gord landed a stun on Roger. I didn't hesitate. I used my second skill to close the gap. I took a deep breath and used my ultimate. The combo was clean. I caught Roger, and he was deleted. Alice and Aurora tried to save him, but they walked right into our entire team and were wiped out as well. With their jungler, mid laner, and EXP laner dead, I immediately identified their last remaining damaged threat. I saw Leslie defending the top lane inhibitor. I used my second skill, then flicker, covering a huge distance to land right on top of her. I ulted, Gujin followed up, and she was gone. I died for it, but my job was done. 4 of them were dead. I typed one thing in chat, end mid. Their respawn timers were over 40 seconds. Victory should have been assured, but in a classic solo queue moment, our Clint decided it was the perfect time to farm the enemy red buff. After some frantic spamming from the team, he finally joined the push. We stormed the mid lane and ended the game just as the enemy team started to respawn. The final scoreboard tells the story. My KDA was 2 kills, 6 deaths, and 30 assists. Clint got MVP with an 11.2 score, but my 10.8 score proves what I always teach. A roamer's true impact isn't measured by KDA, but by creating the opportunities that win the game. One throw can feel like the end, but one moment of focus, one smart item decision, and one perfect ultimate can bring it all back. That moment of redemption is why we play. If you learned something about how to play Atlas from this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for the next guide in the series. Let me know in the comments about your greatest comeback, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.